I come from the Disney background, and so that's something that I've always been proud of, but I also wanted to be able to grow from it.
It's no question. Zendaya is Hollywood's it girl. From her splashy roles in hit franchises like Dune and Spider-Man, to her starring role in social media darling Euphoria, to her killer fashion sense, Zendaya has become so famous that some people may forget that she actually started her career out on the Disney Channel.
It's Zendaya here, and you are watching Disney Channel.
Unlike some other former Disney stars, Zendaya seemed to navigate that transition from child actor to international superstar almost effortlessly. So what's her secret? Here's our take on how Zendaya broke out of the Disney trap, and how she used both fashion and the momentum from her teenage career to catapult herself into a new level of fame, serious acting work, and success.
Tell me how that feels to have all of those icons cheering for you and you being the youngest ever to win here.
If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about all of our new videos.
This video is brought to you guys by Mubi. We love Mubi, so genuinely it is a key part of our lives.
Mubi is such an incredible platform. It has wonderful movies and interesting conversations around those movies.
Mubi always picks something that's interesting, that's quality. I crave that curation today. You feel like you've actually taken in something substantial, and then you think about it, you dream about it, it stays in your head.
They have great taste. It's something for everybody. If you want to know about the world and culture and what's really fun and worth watching, check out Mubi.
Right now, Mubi is offering our viewers 30 days free. Just click the link in the description below to start streaming now.
Thank you, Mubi, for supporting The Take and for helping us bring these videos to you.
Zendaya started her career on the Disney series Shake It Up when she was 14, co-starring alongside Bella Thorne.
We are here for your commuting entertainment.
Shake It Up focused on a pair of teen backup dancers and opened the gateway to Zendaya's future dabblings in singing and dancing. She released multiple original singles and competed on Dancing with the Stars. She then moved on to star in the Disney show Casey Undercover.
And accounting isn't our only job. Honey, we're also spies.
And we need your help on a mission.
What? From an album and music videos to a clothing line, Daya by Zendaya, as GQ points out, it seemed like she was intent on building her own mini empire, making every extension of her brand consumable. In building her career after Disney, Zendaya recognized that the rest of the world might doubt her capabilities to take on more serious and complex roles.
I get why people wouldn't think that I can do it. I get that. I haven't proven that I can.
So rather than immediately gunning for leading parts, she chose to take smaller, supporting roles in projects where she could showcase her skills.
It was about like taking smaller roles and doing things that were smaller and but elevated.
She dropped the more consumable parts of her brand, her clothing line no longer exists, and landed parts in Blackish and The Greatest Showman. At the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming, she was finally revealed as Peter Parker's love interest MJ.
My friends call me MJ.
And through these parts, she accumulated broad recognition for her acting chops among adult audiences outside of the Disney sphere.
Whatever I do, whenever I do it, has to be so good to prove that I can do it.
Then, what catapulted Zendaya into critical acclaim was her leading role in the HBO series Euphoria. She plays Rue, a troubled teen drug addict who is almost the exact opposite of Zendaya's previous Disney roles.
There's nothing you watched in my career up until this point that said, that girl, she's got what it takes to play me.
Rue is a mess, but Zendaya's performance is special because it brings a lot of infectious energy and flair to what sounds like it should be wholly depressing material. Her lauded portrayal of a complex, struggling character helped confirm Zendaya's place as a serious actor in her own right.
You wish I was different? So do I!
In contrast to former Disney stars like Bella Thorne and Miley Cyrus, who showcased their darker, wilder sides off-screen, Zendaya has chosen to explore those aspects of herself on-screen, while keeping her personal life relatively private. This strategy has helped combat the backlash some Disney stars have experienced when they grow out of the bubbly Disney persona that audiences are familiar with.
Acting allows for a character for people to fall in love with, but also like for my own anonymity and like a life of my own.
In 2021, Zendaya got more praise for her performance in Malcolm and Marie, also directed by Euphoria creator Sam Levinson, and landed a role opposite Timothée Chalamet, another recent Hollywood darling and friend of Zendaya's, in the sci-fi giant Dune.
I don't believe you're the Lisan al-Gaib, but I want you to die with honor.
So how exactly did Zendaya go from Disney Channel star to Emmy Award-winning actor, one who, like Madonna and Cher, is famous enough to be known by just her first name?
Another thing that I feel like helped me create an avenue and a lane of my own that was outside of Disney Channel was fashion.
What truly put Zendaya on the pop culture map outside of her Disney persona was her fashion. And to pinpoint it to a single event, the 2015 Oscars. At 18 years old, Zendaya appeared on the red carpet in a white silk gown and dreadlocks. Juliana Rancic of E's Fashion Police commented,
"That this hair to me overwhelms her. Like I feel like she smells like patchouli oil or weed."
That comment set off a firestorm of internet criticism and led to Zendaya addressing Rancic directly on Instagram and Twitter. There's a fine line between what is funny and disrespectful. Zendaya wrote, "There is already harsh criticism of African American hair in society without the help of ignorant people who choose to judge others based on the curl of their hair." Her poised response displayed the kind of savviness now associated with her public persona. She explained exactly why the comment was offensive, placed it within a historical context, and ended on a note of optimism and positivity. Quote, "To me, locks are a symbol of strength and beauty, almost like a lion's mane." Zendaya's answer to Rancic's criticism prompted numerous celebrities, including Solange, Viola Davis, Kerry Washington, and Ava DuVernay, to rally behind her.
It's really cool to know that I have people behind me if I ever needed it, and that was really cool to see that I wasn't alone.
But what's most telling about this event is that Zendaya didn't really have a good reason to be at the 2015 Oscars. So why was she there in the first place? In an interview with Issa Rae, Zendaya explained exactly how she used fashion to propel her fame.
I would show up to shit I had no business being at just so I can get the look.
She would consistently show up to events, no matter how tangentially related to her, to get eyes on her outfits.
I was called for years to be like, oh, the seat filler, she just shows up to everything, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, but I look good though.
Kerry Washington has spoken about employing a similar strategy to boost her fame to the next level through fashion and red carpet events. Zendaya didn't go about this fashion-fueled strategy alone. Her stylist, Law Roach, has dressed her since she was 14 and has risen with her in fame, going on to dress Anya Taylor-Joy and win the Style Influencer of the Year at the 2021 FN Achievement Awards. Zendaya's rise to fame in acting over the past few years has been paralleled by further achievements in the fashion space. In addition to consistently getting praised for her red carpet looks, she collaborated on a clothing line with Tommy Hilfiger in 2019. The Tommy by Zendaya collection, unlike her previous foray into clothing with Daya by Zendaya, combined her interest in social issues with her commitment to fashion.
One of the things that we did with our first Tommy Hilfiger show was we wanted to pay homage to Black beauty.
As Maya Singer writes for Vogue, the Tommy by Zendaya show wasn't just a fashion statement. In other words, it was a statement of purpose. The show featured an all-black cast of models and included a surprise appearance by disco singer Grace Jones. Which brings us to our next point in Zendaya's success in breaking out of the Disney trap: her commitment to issues of race, diversity, and representation in Hollywood. Zendaya's response to criticism at the 2015 Oscars was just one of many ways in which the celebrity has engaged in issues of race throughout her career, and part of what draws many young people to her fan base.
The light that needs to be shined, and the thing that needs the attention is Black lives.
She has used her ever-growing platform to speak out on issues of race and inequality, posting on Instagram to support Colin Kaepernick and encouraging her audience to take action after the deadly protest in Charlottesville. As Tommy Hilfiger pointed out, there are so many celebrities with big social media followings, but are they going to make a difference in society? Right from our first conversations, it was clear she intends to use her celebrity to fight for change. She's got the heart of an activist.
Black lives matter. That's all it is to it.
And Zendaya uses her position as a high-profile young Black woman to fight for better representation in the entertainment industry.
I want to be able to be a platform for other people and other Black creatives to be creative, because it's not a lack of talent, it's a lack of opportunity.
For example, she pushed Disney to feature a family of color for her character Casey. In 2018, Zendaya told Marie Claire, "I always tell my theatrical manager, anytime it says they're looking for white girls, send me out. Let me get in the room. Maybe they'll change their minds." And rather than making her rise to fame only about herself, she points out the flaws in the industry's willingness to accept her without extending those same opportunities to other people of color.
We always have this concept that there can only be one. And when you get through the door, you want to close the door because there's like just one slot. And we have to change that mentality.
As a light-skinned biracial person, she has also acknowledged that she has a certain privilege, but is using that privilege to try and further representation.
You know, Hollywood's, I guess you could say, acceptable version of a black girl, and that has to change. We're vastly too beautiful and too interesting for me to just be the only representation of that.
It's important to recognize the influence Zendaya now has as Hollywood's new it girl, but also how far the industry still has to go. As Yahoo News pointed out, Zendaya's supporting roles in big blockbuster franchises like Dune and Spider-Man No Way Home made her the highest-grossing female actor in 2021. But she still hasn't gotten the kind of meaty, challenging roles that truly showcase her talents, like Euphoria in film. Still, in terms of her financial success and personal following, Zendaya is breaking ground, especially for a star who started out her career on the Disney Channel. Zendaya's rise to fame and her unusual success breaking out of the Disney trap highlights how pigeonholed most child stars are to their career beginnings.
I feel like Disney is such a blessing, but also such a box, in that it could pigeonhole you.
The fame and responsibility put on young actors is often damaging, and Zendaya herself has credited her parents with shielding her from intense media scrutiny at a young age to allow her to explore and build her career as an adult.
But they did the best they could to protect me and give me the resources and the knowledge that I could. They didn't want to hide anything from me.
While Zendaya offers one example of how actors can escape the kind of typecasting that comes with a Disney career and instead utilize that momentum into a successful adult career, it's important to recognize the societal expectations we place on child actors, particularly young women as they grow up. From Bella Thorne and Miley Cyrus to even Millie Bobby Brown and JoJo Siwa, we see how the media and fans can be quick to judge child stars for the way they navigate this transition from kid to adult.
I think that was the number one thing, was just kind of taking my time and not just saying yes, just to say yes.
Zendaya was able to navigate the transition from girl to young woman without experiencing much of this backlash by strategically countering her Disney image and utilizing tools outside of acting, especially fashion and her engagement with issues of race, to distance herself from her Disney persona. The more girls who, like Zendaya, make this jump successfully, the more role models these young actors will have, and the more we will benefit from nurturing their talents.
My priority above everything is to be happy with what I'm doing.
This is The Take on your favorite movies, shows, and pop culture.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks again to Mubi for sponsoring today's video. As a special gift to our viewers, Mubi is offering 30 days free. So click the link in the description below to start streaming now. This month, Mubi is exclusively presenting Deception, Arnaud Desplechin's adaptation of Philip Roth's autobiographical novel of the same name. This haunting drama follows a writer who has an affair with a married woman, played by the always amazing Léa Seydoux. If you're anything like me, these days, you may be totally uninspired and stuck when it comes to figuring out what to watch next. Subscribing to Mubi completely fixes that. Their team of curators handpicks every film they show, so there's always something new to discover. They seriously love movies as much as we do, so their recommendations are always top-notch. Click the link in the description below to get 30 days of Mubi now.